in a shocking development that could shake the foundations of global power dynamics. China, Iran, Russia, and Saudi Arabia have joined forces to send new sanctions directly targeting the United States and Israel, signaling a seismic geopolitical shift with widespread repercussions. This unprecedented alliance between these major powers is a clear message that they will no longer accept American dominance in the region. By employing economic sanctions as a united front, they have upped the stakes in a big way. The question now is, how will Washington and its ally Israel respond to this challenge? And what major moves will follow as all sides maneuver to defend their interests in the gripping new phase of global power politics? If you're enjoying learning about these breaking geopolitical developments and want to stay updated on how this story unfolds, be sure to hit the subscribe button so we can continue bringing you the latest news and analysis. Subscribing will also allow you to keep up with other impactful global issues as this geopolitical saga evolves. As the wheels of diplomacy and conflict turn, the promising strides towards a deal between Saudi Arabia and Israel encounter a roadblock. The escalation in the Israel-Gaza conflict prompts Riyadh to shift gears, prioritizing discussions on Israeli concessions for Palestinians when negotiations resume. This strategic move highlights the challenges faced by Washington in integrating Israel more deeply into the region, particularly in the shadow of the ongoing Palestinian issue. Remarkably, regional tensions act as a catalyst, bringing together the Saudi crown prince and Iran's president for their first conversation since diplomatic ties were established in April. Facilitated by China, this 45-minute call underscores Saudi Arabia's commitment to engaging with international and regional parties to de-escalate the current crisis, showcasing Riyadh's dedication to moderation. Simultaneously, the United States urges Saudi Arabia to denounce the Hamas attack, revealing the intricate web of complexities Washington navigates in deepening Israel's integration in the region. Even Gulf states, including those with ties to Israel, express concerns about potential Iranian involvement and its broader impact on the region. During these geopolitical shifts, it's imperative to explore China's strategic partnerships, particularly with Iran, contributing to the evolving dynamics in the region. China's deepening engagement with Iran, especially as a mediator between Iran and Saudi Arabia, is noteworthy. The historic handshake between Iranian and Saudi officials in Beijing after 7 years of strained relations highlights China's growing influence as a diplomatic broker. China's role in facilitating the breakthrough between Iran and Saudi Arabia aligns with its broader ambitions of reshaping the international order. By positioning itself as a mediator, China not only solidifies its influence in the Middle East, but also plays a pivotal role in the unfolding narrative of global diplomacy. In the dynamic tapestry of geopolitics, China's ascendant influence not only transforms the landscape, but also questions the conventional role of the US as a peace broker in the region. Economically, China's impact on the Middle East is conspicuous, especially in its endeavors to secure energy resources and diversify suppliers. The notable surge in crude oil imports from Russia and Iran highlights Beijing's strategic moves in the quest for energy security. China's economic alliance with Iran, exemplified by a decade high in oil exports, signal a strategic alignment with pivotal regional actors. This mutually beneficial relationship allows China to safeguard crucial resources while fortifying Iran's position amidst regional challenges. The conversation between the Saudi crown prince and Iran's president, framed against China's involvement, suggests a nuanced approach by Iran to navigate the intricate geopolitical landscape. In the aftermath of the Israel-Gaza conflict and the reconfiguration of alliances, closely monitoring China's diplomatic initiatives and economic engagements becomes imperative. The evolving relationships among key players, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, and China, are poised to shape the geopolitical terrain in unforeseen ways. China's role in mediating between Saudi Arabia and Iran underscores its dedication to regional stability. This historic phone call facilitated by China marks a pivotal moment in diplomatic relations, showcasing Beijing's diplomatic finesse and the trust it has cultivated from traditionally adversarial nations. China's emphasis on dialogue aligns with its broader foreign policy principles of non-interference and peaceful existence. By mediating conflicts, China not only enhances its diplomatic standing, but also positions itself as a global peacemaker, challenging established Western mediation efforts. Economically, China's deepening connections with Iran carry far-reaching implications. The surge in oil imports reaching a decade high solidifies China's standing as a major player in the region's economic landscape. As the intricate dance of diplomacy and economics unfolds, China emerges as a key actor shaping the future of the Middle East and challenging established norms in the pursuit of its strategic goals. In August, China's significant reliance on Iranian energy resources takes center stage, revealing an economic interdependence that not only boosts Iran's economy but also reinforces China's energy security strategy. The Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, plays a pivotal role in solidifying this relationship, integrating Iran into China's expansive infrastructure projects and fostering economic connectivity. As China invests in Iranian ports and transportation networks, a symbolic relationship emerges, offering enhanced economic prospects for both nations. The geopolitical repercussions of China's involvement in the Middle East are intricate, challenging established norms and alliances. The strategic power balance with the US as the predominant force undergoes recalibration, with China's entry as a mediator and economic partner introducing a new dynamic. The United States, grappling with challenges and crises on multiple fronts, must adapt to these evolving dynamics. The risk of distraction from its pivot to Asia, underscored by recent events in the Middle East, poses strategic challenges for US foreign policy. Understanding the shifting alliances and the impact of external actors becomes imperative in the emerging Middle Eastern landscape. At the forefront of China's economic strategy in the Middle East is the Belt and Road Initiative. This ambitious infrastructure project aims to enhance connectivity and foster economic development across participating countries. Several nations in the Middle East have joined hands with China, participating in the BRI and facilitating the construction of critical infrastructure such as ports, railways, and telecommunication networks. These infrastructure projects not only elevate the economic capabilities of the host countries, but also strengthen their ties with China as an integral node in the BRI network. The economic interdependence deepens, providing China with new avenues for trade and investment. Beyond infrastructure projects, bilateral trade agreements with Middle Eastern nations flourish, creating mutually beneficial partnerships. The diversification of trade relationships reduces dependency on traditional Western markets, offering Middle Eastern countries alternative avenues for economic growth. As China becomes a major trading partner for Middle Eastern nations, the balance of economic power undergoes a notable shift. The allure of Chinese markets and investment encourages regional economies to pivot towards Beijing, creating a paradigm shift in the economic landscape of the Middle East. In the evolving narrative of global energy markets, the Middle East takes center stage, no longer solely dictated by Western nations. China's pursuit of energy security becomes a focal point, with a strategic investment in oil from Middle Eastern countries. This economic interdependence not only safeguards China's energy interests, but also positions it as a key player in shaping global energy dynamics. China's deepening energy partnerships with Middle Eastern nations contribute to the ongoing geopolitical rebalancing in the region. The Belt and Road Initiative plays a crucial role, fostering an economic connectivity and integrating Iran into China's ambitious infrastructure projects. As economic ties diversify, the dominance of Western nations in the region faces a re-evaluation, prompting a shift in traditional geopolitical frameworks. The purported sanctions imposed by Iran, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and China against the United States send shockwaves through the geopolitical landscape. The repercussions are keenly felt by the United States on multiple fronts. China, as a major holder of US debt, wields significant financial pressure through economic restrictions, potentially leading to a reduction in foreign investments and a decline in trade partnerships. Saudi Arabia, a global influencer in oil markets, holds considerable sway over energy prices. The decision to cease oil exports to the US adds an additional layer of economic strain, challenging the United States' energy security and triggering economic fallout. The strained diplomatic ties between the US and key geopolitical players, including Russia and Saudi Arabia, pose significant hurdles to traditional diplomatic channels. China's economic might allows it to leverage sanctions, reinforcing its narrative of a shifting global order. The US finds itself navigating a complex diplomatic landscape where its influence is contested by an emerging coalition of nations. The cessation of oil exports from Saudi Arabia, coupled with potential disruptions in energy supplies from other Middle Eastern nations, forces the US to reassess its energy strategy. This newfound energy vulnerability prompts a reevaluation of domestic energy production, renewed energy initiatives, and a shift towards energy independence. The ripple effects extend beyond economic considerations, impacting the daily lives of US citizens through potential energy price hikes and supply chain disruptions. As the US grapples with the consequences of these sanctions, the domestic political arena becomes a battleground for competing narratives. Public opinion may sway in response to economic challenges, diplomatic tensions, and energy uncertainties. Leaders face the daunting task of managing a populace affected by the evolving geopolitical landscape. The efficacy of US leadership is tested as it navigates a complex web of global challenges. The ability to adapt to changing circumstances, formulate strategic responses, and rally international support becomes paramount for maintaining stability and securing the nation's interests. The purported sanctions imposed by Iran, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and China have far-reaching implications for the United States. From economic challenges to diplomatic complexities, energy vulnerabilities, and domestic political ramifications. The US finds itself at a critical juncture as the geopolitical chessboard undergoes transformations. Stay tuned for a comprehensive analysis of the evolving dynamics on the world stage. And there you have it, intrepid minds. The geopolitical web woven by these alleged sanctions is intricate, with repercussions echoing across borders. If you found this exploration enlightening, don't forget to show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into global affairs, and ringing the notification bell to stay updated. Sharing is caring, so be sure to spread the knowledge by sharing this video with your fellow thinkers. And of course, let your voice be heard down in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts, analyses, and even your wildest speculations on this complex scenario. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.